Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, creator. How are we doing today? Happy Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday. Hey, today we're going to work on some bee-themed mini little signs. I'm designing these to put in my three-tier tray, which is kind of like a shiny galvanized with some bright copper trims on it. So we're kind of going with the metallic themes. I'm going to use chalk paste colors Gold Shimmer, our new shimmer, what do they call it? Shimmer Melon, and Copper. The only thing that's not available today is the Copper Shimmer Paste, but it's coming soon. But there's a link in the description above, or you might see it down below, of all these products that you can purchase online, except for the Shimmer Copper, which is out of stock. But we're going to work on a couple box frames. These are Couture's box frames. They're cool because they are double-sided. We have the wood tone on one side, the whitewash on the other side. You see the grain in there. Both surfaces can be painted or chalked. It is recommended that you apply some surface wax before you chalk, and there's a couple good reasons why you want to do that. Is it'll help your transfer, which is sticky, to release off easier, but also if you would have a bleed in your transfer or you go over the edge of your transfer with your chalk paste, then that's pigment is going to be easier to pick up off of that waxed surface versus just the painted surface. If it's just the painted surface, the wax will, the chalk paste will be absorbed into the paint, and it's hard to pick up that pigment after that's happened. So if you wax a little bit first, it's going to be much easier to clean up if you have a little boo-boo. So anyway, double-sided, we're going to do a 5x7 and a 5x5. Before we get started, I'm going to check to see who's joining me today. And I'm going to show you yesterday's projects again real quick. Little signs that they were Easter signs from Hobby Lobby. I got on discount and I repainted them. And this is it after I repainted. I don't remember what was on there. I painted them right away. They're probably bunnies or something. I don't remember. But they already had the little beads on them, so pretty cute. And so I applied paper to the sides and then color washed a little bit on it, and then I actually used a micro polka dot pattern that I had that was retired. And then this Live Life with Zest is a retired transfer. That was from last year. But on the other one, again, same thing kind of. I just color washed in the back and applied paper. This is to look kind of like a lemon crate. I took May's Club Couture transfer, which is coming out next month for all our Club Couture members. And us designers, we get this, and it had a lemon on it. Let me see if I can find that real quick. It's so cute that it has a lemon on it. It's got I just took that lemon and applied it twice to make it look like two lemons. So this is this is gonna be really neat on some other surfaces. I can't wait to try that. But it comes with that and the Squeeze the Day and Home. So I just took that lemon and laid it on there a couple times in the leaves and just made a cute little lemon sign. So that was yesterday's projects. Go check that out on my page, and you can see how I created those. I also made this little, it's not little, it's a long lemonade tag to hang on my jar. I have a large jar, turquoise jar of lemons and limes, so that's going to hang on that. You can see photos of all of that on my page, so go check it out. Put this away. So let's get busy on our bees and get that in there. All right. So yesterday I had my second shot and my arm's a little sore. But I didn't have any other reaction really. I thought I had a headache, but I think I was just dreaming for stuff because I really don't have a headache now. So I thought I woke up with a headache, but I didn't take anything and it seems fine. So we'll see. All right, let's see if I can find myself on here. Who is saying hello today? Anne Marie is, and Stephanie, good morning, good morning. Hello from West Virginia, says Crystal. And Vicky Knox, thanks for your order, Vicky. And Anne Marie, great things yesterday. Thank you, Anne Marie. Leanne is watching, but I don't think she said hello yet. Say hello, Leanne. Right? Okay, so we got the 5x7. And like I said, we're working with a metallic theme of gold, shimmer copper, and shimmer melon. And I got that theme off of this paper. We're going to use a little bit of this. It does have a little bit of metallic, kind of a coppery metallic, just a little bit. But I'm loving these colors. Very kind of a neutral palette. And we're going to add a little bit of this to it. It actually has a cool check on the back, but I don't want to use that when I have all this going on. So I'm going to use this brown mini check. And then I have this cute bee. So those are our 3 main papers we're going to use today on these 2 different surfaces. You're going to love our box frames if you've never seen those. In fact, load up on them because they can sell out quickly because they're so popular. But they come in this nice box, and they even have these great corner protectors on them. I want to show you how nice they are boxed. They have these great corner protectors. So really good quality, heavy duty compared to the stuff you're going to, compared to like what I was using yesterday, which is that thin, lightweight MDF, just super thin. These are much heavier duty, and they stand up easy on their own, and they're just better quality. So I'm gonna pop those over here, and we're gonna work on the 5x7 first. And I'm actually going to use the transfer Sweet as Can Be. So we need to cut these apart. This transfer is a size C. It's called Spring Bee. And look at all the different cute sayings. So right here is 6 signs that you can create with this one transfer. It's got some cute bees on the bottom, a little dot trail for the bee, and some flowers. So I'm definitely going to use probably a flower and some bees on these 2 designs. So open up the envelope. Wherever on the smaller transfers, the envelope release is up on the top, and on the bottom on the larger transfers. And I kind of wish they were opened up on the up here, because when I hang mine up in my closet, and if you open and shut this a lot, then it loses the stickiness, and sometimes the transfer pieces fall out in my closet, which is frustrating. So that's one thing I'm going to suggest to Couture, is put the opening of the envelope on the top so the pieces don't fall out, right? I cut this apart. We want to use that Sweet as Can Be. I think I'm going to put a flower with that, and probably a bee. I'm going to set those aside here. Cut off my bees. I have another cute idea to do with the bees, but I don't think it's going to work on this particular design I'm doing today, so I'll have to save it for another day. But we want Sweet as Can Be. On the front. And then I could do like, just since it's going in my tiered tray, you know, you can kind of see all the way around it, because I'll put it on my sofa table and you'll be able to see the back side. So instead of just having blank on the back side, I think I will put, you know, another quote on the back, but maybe not just do it as fancy. I could do it fancy. Fancy, fancy. And then the other one, I think I'm going to do Don't Worry, Be Happy. On the 5x5, and that just fits in there. And I could use Queen Bee on the back or one of these others. Okay. So I'm going to take some of this paper and I'm going to run a strip of it down here. And then Sweet should be above the paper, and then As Can Be might be on the paper. But I'm going to do it on a really light area right here, and we'll be able to chalk the words As Can Be on the paper, hopefully. So we'll see if I can get it measured out correctly. And I'm going to trim this down to where the row that I want to use on my paper here. But I want to leave that little, there's kind of a, oh, it's kind of a dusty rose colored stripe. I'm going to leave that on there. See it right there? Then I'm going to cut down probably, let me take a look here, somewhere in there. Okay, just figuring out where I want my paper to be cut. I think somewhere in here. So I think I can get 4 of these things across here. I'm going to have to trim this down a little bit, then I can get all 4 of these designs here. And if I put this in here like this, then you see it's kind of all off-centered. So I'm going to try to center the 4 of them in my frame. So I'm done with this paper. So I think if I line that up about right in here, I have it about right. Thinking. Just a smidgen more. It'll be perfect. About a blade's width. There we go. Okay, that's going to fit perfect in there. Okay. Now I'm going to attach that with glue, with Mod Podge, but I want to see this again. So this is going to go up here, and As Can Be is going to be chalked like right in here. It looks like. Right like that. So I'm going to Mod Podge this on. I guess I didn't give me a glass of water to put my brush in afterwards. So I always do this on cardboard so I don't get glue all over my working surface here. And our box frames do not have hangers on them, so you don't have to worry about, you know, which is the top and which is the bottom. You can just, you can still hang them off the edge of the frame. You don't have to put a hanger on it, just use the edge of the frame. But they make great centers. I'm gonna throw this in a glass of water. Okay. So let's apply our paper to our box frame. Just getting it in the corners. Push all the air pockets out. Like I said, I'm designing this to go in my, it looks a little crooked. I'm going to straighten it up. To go in my tiered tray. It was a little crooked, but I was able to slide the paper underneath the frame, so I was able to straighten it out. Visually, it doesn't look so crooked now. So, okay, so we got that in there. Okay. And now we're going to do sweet as can be, but I'm going to apply a little bit of wax because I already told you about putting wax on our box frame, but you also want to put wax on your paper because remember, these are stickers, and you know what happens if you put sticker on paper? It can peel up your paper, and it can really be hard to get off the back of your transfer, especially when the olden days of chalking, which is only like a few years, but the transfers were stickier then, and they would really stick to paper. So I always still have the habit of trying to remember to put the I find my can opener, put the wax on top of your paper, and that'll keep that from happening. And also, just like putting it on top of paint, the wax keeps a barrier, so if you would have a bleed through on your silk screen printing, that you'd be able to pick it up easy off of your paper if you have wax on it. So just take a little bit of wax, rub it around. You don't need a lot, just a nice thin coat. And you really don't even have to wait for it to dry or anything. So it's pretty easy. Okay, so we got a little bit of that rubbed in. And let's transfer. So I think I'll do sweet and maybe the melon and as can be in the copper. Maybe I might have to go to a dark brown, which is not, this is a brown I created. They used to have one called chocolate. So I just take our bark and add a little bit of black to it. Sometimes a little bit of red, because I kind of like that Hershey color, and which has a little bit of red in it. So I'm going to get it ready in case I'm thinking I might have to go with a darker color for that to show up on that paper. So I might, probably will put it in this chocolate color. And like I said, that's a color I mixed. Bark and a little bit of black and a little bit of red. Just not much black. Doesn't take much. It looks like I need to mix some more up. So take Sweet as Can Be. And this is a new transfer. I always like to see how sticky they are by laying them on a towel. And the towel also puts a little bit of fuzz on the back of it, so they aren't so sticky. And you could tell by how hard it sticks to the, or how well it sticks to the towel, it's how sticky your transfer is. So lift it up a few times, and you could tell the ease of that stickiness is becoming better and better. Okay. Now I want as can be on the paper. I'm going to try to center it left to right. And we're going to do that in the dark brown. And we'll do the sweet in this new shimmer melon color. All right. press out all the air pockets in my silk screen. I'll do this shimmer melon up here. It's a pretty color. And I will put a bee on this, one of our little bumblebee transfers. I like to go over the shimmer colors a few times because they have that glitter in it, so it takes them a little bit more effort to get through that silk screen. So go over it a few times in different directions. Then you can pick up your extra, smooth off your squeegee lines. Okay, and then we're going to take our little chocolate paste that I made, and we'll do As Can Be. Excuse me. All right. So there we have it. And now we're going to peel it off. You see how easy it comes off with that wax on there? Sweet as can be. Super cute. We're going to add a bumblebee to it. And of course we will wash these. I will wash it off with water, clean all that paste off, put it back on this backer sheet, and it'll be ready to reuse again, right? So let's dry this. We'll cut out a bee and put a bee transfer on it, one of our little bumblebees. Hello, Paula. Jean says cute. Marie's loving it. Tony, thank you for giving the old sprinkle push on that arrow down there for me. Thank you. Hello, Beth. Audra, thank you for pushing the arrow also. Thank you. And Paula Jean, thanks for all the arrow pushing today. What are you saying, Andrew? Me too. I like them to open on the top. Yes, those transfer packets. They lose their stickiness, and those pieces fall out when they're hanging in the closet. It's nice and dry. That new paste takes a little longer to dry, and then even the shimmers take a little longer to dry. So I'm spending a little extra time on it. If it's still wet and you lay another transfer piece on top of it, trying to do another layer, it will pick up that paste on the back of that sticker. So make sure your paste is dry if you're going to layer another transfer. This is going to be really cute. My little bee is going to be in copper and brown also. Okay, so let's find out where we're going to put that bee at. And we got this cute little bee line, so we can work that in too. I think we're definitely going to have to do the flying bee. And we can round that over there. So let's lay these on the towel. Get them, get the stickiness lightened up a little bit. definitely do not want this too sticky because some of it's going to go across on top of my word sweet. So I don't want any of that to be picked up since that paste hasn't really cured yet. But I'm going to put that bee line right, how do I want to do it? I think I'm going to do it like this. And I'm going to do that in the brown, the chocolate again. So it's right on top. Let me fill it off. So we got it right there. And this guy, kind of want over here. Maybe he'd be cute right there. So let's dry our bee line that we just put on there. I'm gonna set our little bee in here. I'm going to do him in copper, and then where his body is filled in, I'm going to take a little watered down chocolate paint and put that in there. I hardly have any copper paste left. I can't wait for it to come back. This is getting pretty thick. I mean, I add water to it, but it's still really thick. But it works. It works. I just can't use a lot of it until I get another jar. Okay, so we're going to pick that little bee up. Right there. And when that dries, I might like watercolor in his body with a little bit of brown chalk paste. Pretty cute. So bee decor does not have to be your typical yellow and black. It could be your home decor colors. Actually, I don't know, I might leave it white. It's kind of cute like that. I think I'll leave them. Oh, there's so many morning glory. I have one of my tier trays all in bumblebee stuff. Cool. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little bit of bumblebee in mine. So there he is. And on the back, I think I'm going to put just honey be yourself. And I'm just going to do that all in this shimmer melon. Or maybe the word honey in shimmer melon. I should have waxed this side when I was waxing. That would have made sense. Just because you can't see the back side of my tray, so why not put something on the back, right? This might be a really cute place to put some of the flowers too. This little cute little flower, and they have two stems, this one and this one, and we could put a couple flowers in with this one. Trying to decide here how I want to do that. Just want to make sure my frame is not upside down. I think I can raise this up and then put some flowers down here. And I might do the flowers first. And then if this overlays the Be Yourself, I could do in the dark color. And if it lays on top of the flowers, which I'll do in the tulip, that'll be okay. Right? And I might use a little bit of this shimmer on the stem. What a little bit, because I'm going to have a little bit of greenery in my tray. So we'll use this shimmer olive. Let's see what we got here. We'll throw some of these in here. See how well they show up on the stained surface. I'm going to try to just randomly put some flowers in here. Tilt one of my stems to the side a little bit and make it look like it's, you know, not perfectly standing up straight. I think that's going to be enough with that one. Let's dry those and we'll put in a couple of these others. See them in there? Just got 3 of them in there. And now we'll do this one. A couple of these. Alright, so we got our stems, and now we just need to add flowers to them. It's kind of fun that this transfer added flowers. Still hard to see probably. And it is a little hard, especially on camera, but I can see it pretty good. Depending on how the light hits it. Like I said, this is really the back side. Like, you're not really going to see it too much. And I could have painted that surface. But I also kind of wanted to experiment and see how well the colors do show up on the wood. Because I think that's good to know. And let's put some flowers on. I'm wondering if that really is dry enough. Hopefully it is. And I'm going to do these all in the shimmer melon. That and maybe the gold. Just for kicks and giggles. Just randomly placed on there. And these is kind of the background because I'm going to put the lettering on top. So I really don't want them to show up really well because you want your sentiment to show up the best. So if they kind of fade in the background, I'm good with that. I'm real good with that, actually. So let's dry this. Take some shimmer gold and do my other two blossoms. Okay, so now we got those. We're going to dry those really well. And then I'm actually going to use some Dune as lettering, which is kind of that off-white, to mimic this color for our sentiment. That'll really pop off of this. And what other color? Maybe the dark chocolate. Okay, so we need to dry this. We're going to lay this on top. And it is going to overlay the flowers a little bit, which will be good. Let's dry this. Let's grab Dune. Dune, where are you? There we are. I'm going to do Honey and Dune, and then Be Yourself in the chocolate brown. Right on top of the flowers. Okay, take my chocolate. So let's pull that one off. There. Can you see it? And we'll lay that on the side. So I could still add a bee to it also, which I might do. Let's just put one of these bees on here. The question will be what color? I could do it in copper again. So there's the back side. Here's your front side. So that'll be cute in the tray. All right. Now let's do our other one. Again, I'm going to do Don't Worry, Be Happy. It's just going to fit on there. And I kind of wanted to put this little pattern in the background. So I might do that in Dune, just to kind of have a tone on tone. And then this we can do in some of the shimmers. Okay. So again, we have to, I'll probably have to use my bees again. I'm going to wax both sides while I'm at it this time. All right. Let me think here. This is from our house patterns. I like this pattern. And I'm just going to do a tone on tone. So basically Dune right on top of this. And it's not very sticky anymore. I've used it so much. And I'm not even going to fill in the whole pattern. I'm just going to do like little areas of it to look kind of like it's worn. Okay, so grab a mini here. So I have it in here. And I'm just going to apply paste kind of randomly and leave some of the areas open. When I do that, I kind of like having the corners pretty much covered in. Otherwise, I'm just kind of randomly. I want it to look worn. So it's just not all the way covered, but partly covered. And then, let's see if you can see it. There. So there it is. I'm going to dry that, and actually I'm going to sand that paste down a little bit so it's more on the same level of the surface, because when you go and put another transfer on top of a pattern like that, you can get some bleed through because it has a raise in the surface. So we're going to dry that, sand it down a little bit to make it a little bit more smooth before we put on the next transfer. Yeah, you can wax it again. I probably won't. I'm just going to sand it down to smooth it and make it look more worn too. And that's because if some of it would pick up, I don't really care on this because I want it to look worn anyway. But we do want to just kind of smooth it down. And this will take off some of it also. Like I said, I'm okay with that. Okay. So you don't need to do much of it, just really lightly. Okay. I'm gonna blow my nose. Probably tired of hearing me sniff. Let's see what else we got. Can you wax it again? Nice. I love the front and back pictures. Cool. All right. So we have this little pattern on there, right? Not much, just ever so lightly. And now we're going to put "Don't worry, be happy." And we'll do some of these in our shimmer colors. It's kind of fun when you have two different fonts, because you can do one color in the cursive font and another color in the print font. So I'm going to lay this in there. I'm really liking that tulip, so I'm going to do the tulip for the "Don't worry," and again I'm going to go with the dark chocolate for "Be happy," and then we'll put another bee on. If you would like to become a Couture designer and get all the benefits of being a designer, you can check those out on my page, website, chalkcouture.com/OdessaRose. You can even click on that link and go to Become a Designer, and you can see what all the advantages are of being a designer. Whether you want to work it as a business, or maybe you're just a big crafter and you want to take advantage of the benefits of being a designer. Let's see. I guess I'll use this one. Or you can join Club Couture and get that, like next month is the Lemon Orchard transfer. This month we had that beautiful What If I Can Fly with the birds. It's a great transfer also. I used it several times. Okay, so we're putting that chocolate paste color down here on Be Happy. Trying to scrape it up. It's a thicker paste. All right. So there it is. So don't worry, be happy. It's cute. That little pattern in the background kind of mimics, you know, a beehive, but we don't have a current beehive. I do have a beehive shapes from a retired transfer, but I wanted to show you how you can use that house transfers to create similar look, right? So let's dry it. We're gonna have to put a bee on this one too, don't you think? Yeah. I'm gonna wash my little bee. He's got a little bit of copper shimmer stuck in him. Just gonna lay it down here on some water. We'll take a little Clorox white and get that paste off since it's kind of already drying in the silk screen, so I can have a good print on my next bee. I'm just cleaning that up here. And of course you want to make sure this is nice and dry before you use it. So I'm going to dry that on my towel. Really good to that towel, my goodness. Okay. Just make sure your silk screen is dry. Guys, definitely sticky again. I'm going to do this in copper. And this time I might fill in his body with, maybe I won't. We'll see what it looks like. I was going to fill the body in with brown, but I don't know, maybe I won't. Let's find my copper. Yeah, I'm beginning to feel like Wonder Woman. I have dodged my husband having COVID, and I was around him for a few days, and I got out of the house. I didn't have it, never got it. Then he got what they're calling the norovirus, which is a stomach flu. Half my family had it. I didn't get it. And now I haven't really gotten any symptoms from my shot. So there, that's cute, right? So I am feeling a little bit like I'm Wonder Woman. Look at these together. They're going to be adorable. All right, in my tray, let's put something on the back. We were going to put not queen bee. I don't want to be queen bee. I guess that's the only thing left. That or Be Nice or Buzz Off. So I guess I'll put queen bee. And I'm not really into queen bee. I'm going to leave it off who knows, maybe in the fall I can put something fall on this, or maybe I'll just put flowers on it. But I also wanted to put paper around the edges. So we have these two papers. And I kind of thought, but I don't know, maybe I won't. They're kind of neat just by themselves. This cute little plaid, or this little bee paper. I don't know. I kind of like it in plain, so I don't think I'm going to put any paper on these. I got paper on that one. So there. There's my little bee signs that aren't overly bee color. This is the back side of this one. And then, should I just do buzz off? Be nice. Be nice. And it would be kind of neat to put another flower on there. Or I could put in, oh, that probably won't show up very well. It's too busy. And if you just put a bee here, or maybe just a flower. I'm just going to do this in the dune. Just center it all the way around. It kind of offset the bee a little bit, I think, so you can put a bumblebee there. So that will be my plan. I'm just going to do this in dune, and I'll just put a flower or a bee or something. I want it more simple than the front. Now, I had already waxed that, so should be good. Okay, just be nice. And we'll put another little bee or a little flower with a bee on it. Dry that. I'm going to put this little bee or this little flower here, and we'll put a bumblebee on it. Now I kind of placed it over the letters there a little bit. I'm going to chalk up to the letter so it looks like the flower is behind it. Actually, behind on that and then in front on that one, so it's kind of intermixed amongst the words. And I better use a detail tool for this. Right up to the letter B. And I'm actually going to go over the part of that N. So you can see that it's behind the B, but it's on top of the N, right? It's cute. And now I'm going to dry it really well, and I still want to put a bee on bumblebee on top of my flower, and probably copper. Or I could do it in the dark brown. Here's what I'm going to do. Let's see. I'm going to do the bee trail coming around the lettering of Be Nice. Maybe. do this in a dark brown. This is a color I made. I call it chocolate. They actually used to make a chocolate. I just continue to make it with brown, a little bit of black, a little bit of red. And then we'll lay this bumblebee on top of our flower. Let's see, you can't have any of that showing, so he's gonna have to go up. Let's see, I'm thinking through. If I look at my flower, or my bees in front of the flower. Thinking. Let's see what that looks like. We'll go do him in copper. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fill that in because part of the flower shows through the bee, right? So I'm gonna fill that in with chocolate. Or I could possibly scrape off the flour that's in the bee's body with my multi-tool. Let's see what that looks like first. Or my detail tool. Let's see. Oh yeah. That's scratching off. Especially enough to fill it in with some watercolor. That kind of scratched it off right inside the bee body, the stripes of the bee. Now I think I can take a little brush and a little bit of water. I'm gonna try gold first. It's hard to fill in with the metallics. Let's see if I can do it. One thing, it doesn't like to stick to the brush. That helps a little bit. Now he's kind of filled in. You can see it or not. All right, that's gonna be good. That's just the back side, so I'm not too worried about that. All right, so we are done. Fronts. You can see them okay. And then the backs. And these are gonna go in my silver copper trimmed 3-tier tray. Okay, so that's our project for today. They're kind of cute. That side, or this side. Can mix them around. Super cute. Thanks for chalking with me today. Hope you had a great Tuesday yesterday, and I hope you have a great Wednesday today. And make sure I have no more questions. Have you worked with the vintage homemade fiber something papers on a project? They seem like it would look cool. I have not done that. Yeah, if it's really, you know, I know you're talking about that, kind of like that homemade paper. It's very fibrous. You may not get a good print on them because of all the unevenness. I think you're going to have some bleed throughs if it's the paper I'm thinking that you're talking about. Yeah, fiber. It's probably going to be not smooth enough, and you're going to have a lot of bleed throughs. But if you have a little bit of it, you know, give it a try. Especially the finer the print, the more likely you're going to have bleed through. So, all right. Anything else? Have a great day. All right, guys. I will talk with you later. Bye.